Ni Tech na Msangi ya jishinde.com.
Jambo and welcome to video, I think should be video 3, but series number or the coding one is 2 of the beginner of the reporting series. And today we are going to look at the list report. This cock always crows when I'm recording videos. It is always silent when I'm not, but when I start recording, that's when it starts crowing. But now we have to go to our 51 101, and then we'll use the bank accounts. Today we are using the bank account report, so we are generating the bank list report, so stay tuned. And the snippet as usual is T report, and the ID is 5011, and then the report is bank account list, so we'll have to specify it with that is the naming convention. I believe there is no bank accounts list in the system. There is no error. Yes, so we are safe. Then we are safe here. Then now on the usage category, reporting and analysis, because it's a list report. Then finally, what else? For this report, we won't need a request page, so anything in the request page will be removed, including the rendering. I'm using runtime 6, so my rendering won't help. I'll minimize that so that I can be able to see everything. Then what else do I need to add? Now we go directly to the layout as RDLC. Then we'll have to the default RDLC layout file will be located under the layouts, then bank, let me just call it account list.rdl. So we are done with defining where the layout will be stored. It means our layout will be stored under this layouts folder. I have created a folder for the layouts to store the reporting layout so that they cannot mix with the report in the same file. You saw the other previous report was a processing only, so this, it didn't have a layout, but this one will generate a layout under this folder. Then the other thing is to specify the data item to be bank account. So now we are in the dataset where we are now specifying the data item. Remember, we said a list report only lists information from mostly one table. It doesn't have more than one table most of the time. You're only having listing information, generating the information that is stored in one table. So we are only focused on the bank account. So when you're generating the report, the user, you want to give the user an ability to enter filters for the items that they will want to add filters. So required request filter fields, you could put here as number for the bank account and date filter. Believe though that is enough. These are the most common. They will not want to filter with the bank account number or the date filter, and whichever they will want. So the first column here, now we are at the column. Do we have this? Yeah, we have the T column snippet for the column name. So the first column, we have to want to specify the bank number. Come on. And then here it will be the number from the table. Since I don't want anything on this, allow me to just minimize the view to this so that I can have a clearer view of all the columns. Then I believe I want to put the branch bank number 2, 3, 4, 5. Those should be enough. The next one should be the bank name, and then here we'll have it as bank name, or I think it's name, and then we'll have the branch number, bank branch number, bank branch number, which will be also the branch number, the bank branch number, and finally I think we should have the balance, bank balance. Then here we'll have in local currency, I believe, bank balance in local currency. Those are enough for our listing. Then we need to have a system function. Company name will give us the company name automatically, so we'll just get the company name. Then now we need to display the logo, our logo in the report. How do we display the logo in the report? We'll add a variable here. We don't need my int, but we'll change it to a record of type company information. Company information is the table that contains the logo for your company, and then here we'll call it company info, company information, or just info, company info. So in company info, we now need to add a trigger for, I want the company information. As we are looking at the triggers, where should we put this company information? Because we need it to process the date. Is the picture is not by default stored in a format that is already ready to be rendered. So in the trigger, mostly the on pre report, on pre report. So on pre-report, we want to get this company information because the variable is blank. Nobody has got everything. It's usually one table, one data item. It's a setup table, so it means it has only one data item, one record. So you only get using the get will get using the primary key, and then company info.calc fields, then picture. There we have picture is a blob. So a blob, you need to calc fields for you to be able to display it on the front end. So the other field that we have here will be now the company T column. Then we'll have the company pic. So we'll just say company info.picture. We could use company name from the company info.name. That is also okay, but for now let's use this company name. And now we want to go to the layout of the report. So after generating this, we just need now to generate the layout. Generate the layout by Control-Shift-B, where you build the solution. When you do Control-Shift-B, you generate the layout, and now the layouts. You see, this is our layout that has been generated, .rdl. You right-click the layout and click on Open Externally. So you should have Microsoft Report Builder installed. If you don't have Microsoft Report Builder, just click on download, search on your Google, download Microsoft Report Builder and download it if you have you don't have it installed. And this is now our layout, the bank account list.rdl on the Microsoft Report Builder. So here I'll add, this is a blank layout. You can see it is a simple layout. Looks like a Microsoft Word document with file, home, insert, view, etc, and all these parameters that are stored here, like our datasets. The dataset that we defined there, bank number, bank name, all of them are on this side. We have the data sources. If you want maybe to specify a data source from SQL, and then we have these built-in fields like user ID, execution time, and the language, overall page number. So these default built-in fields, we can automatically specify them in our list report. So I will just insert a page header. A page header is repeated on every it's repeated on every header of the report. So in the page header, the first thing that we'll add is the company company picture. So you insert an image, right click, insert an image, change it from the source to database, and then come here, select company pic, change the type to JPEG or PNG, whichever. I'll use JPEG, and then now reset it to the size that you want to fit. That is how we have assigned the picture, the logo from the company. And then now the other thing we need to specify in the header is the report title. We have not created a label for the report title. That is what I forgot to do, but we'll go back and create a label because of helping us in translation. But we'll create a text for the execution time. These are very key things that you shouldn't miss in a report. The time that it was executed. So I will just drag this field here, the execution time from the built-in fields, and click on it. It's default, but it's supposed to be a date. It will take the date format of your machine when you put it as a date. And then the other thing, we need to have the page number or over the overall total page numbers. So I will just let me just insert another text box for the page number versus the overall total page number. But instead of inserting a text box for each, let me delete this. I want to use this font known as Cambria. It has been, I've just loved it recently because it is very good looking, the Cambria font. So I have set this execution time to be right aligned by clicking on this, just like Word. So it's a simple drag and drop, or you can play around with many of these things. So I'll copy and paste it here and paste it again to have 3. I think I have 4 now. Then align them on this side. So we have the execution time. The next thing we need here is the page number, and the best way is to display the page number with the overall in a way that is let me create a placeholder and then go to FX here. Then I'll go to built-in fields. Built-in fields, the same one that you have here are the same ones that will be displayed here, but I want to put it in an expression. So I will look at the page number, global page number, put this and sign, and then put these full colons and then again, then overall total pages. So it is showing me that this is page 1 of how many pages. So the user can be able to see that I'm in page 1 out of this number of pages. So this is the format that I like using. I find it very informative for the user. And here on the date, you can even have a custom if you want to do a custom format, but let's stick to that for now. Let me delete this, and the user ID is here, so we don't need to do anything fancy for the user ID. And I believe this font size is too big for this execution time. It is just a detail about the audit queries to know what time it was executed by who and what is the total page number. This is important in every report that you have. Very important information so that you can be able to know which user is executing. Since it's a list report, now we are going to the body. We usually have sections. This is the header, this is the body. We can also have the footer. Insert the page footer. So the page footer is the one if you want to display other information in the page footer. I don't love using it so much, but it is there for you. If you want to use it, you can explore. And then the table, now we can now insert a table. When you right click and then say insert, or when you click on insert here, we have all these details or information. Like I can delete this and click from here. We have we have the table, we have the chart, list, gauge, map, etc, all these text box and all that. So if you go to the table, you can either insert using a table wizard or at insert table. Let me go with insert table and then click on it. The same way we are right clicked and insert on the table. Then we have here, it is showing you that the header and the data. So we can either select or drag and drop from here to here. So which one do you prefer? Let me prefer selecting. So based on the naming that you had given it on the other side, the banknote is populated automatically with space on the header if you use this This is not camel case. This naming convention with when you start every name with the capital letters, forgot its name. So bank name, as you can see, it has already picked the bank name. The bank branch number as well has picked the bank branch number the way I wanted it. Then insert column right, and I'll go to bank balance, and finally we'll have okay, I'll have and bank balance. I think that's it. That's it for now. That's it for us. So I will maintain the font to be the same. It's good to have uniformity in the font so that you can see it's one report, and then I'll bolden it, and then I will insert a row outside group below to help us in totaling this bank balance. I will copy paste it and then summarize by sum, so it is changing the formula to be the sum, so it will give me the sum of all banks under the last column. And then I'll merge this I want to merge these cells so that I can be able to, yeah, here it is, merge, and then specify the total here to be the balance. Then we have our list report done, except the title, which we will add in a moment. And I think the bank name needs some more space, and it's good to have this uniformity where you end the last execution time. That's where the bank balance ends. Just some orderly way of creating your report in a way that when you preview the report, you'll like it automatically. And then, okay, let me add the label. Then I'll come and do to repeat the headers on every column. So now we have saved this RDL. We need to add a label first. You know, when you add it, when it's open, it will not be able to detect it. So we'll call it a label. So we'll say the bank. I forgot the format, that the advisable format. It should be table name, bank, and bank report. Let me say bank report label. Let me say title, and then it's a label of bank account report. I believe that is the only label we need. Bank account report. Okay, forgive this naming convention of mine, but I believe it works. Bank report title. Then we need to add it again here. So the company name, we'll add it after that label. So here it is, the bank report title, and this is the name. Caption label, so it will just display that info. Then we can now reopen our RDL externally to be able to finish the processing of that particular label. We will add a text box here right at the top. We go to our source, our data source, and we do not have that label. Where is the label? The label is not there. Did I build? Maybe I forgot to build. Let me go and build back. Build back and then open. Control Shift B to build again, and then reopen this particular externally. Open externally the bank label. So the data sets here, they are here. We have the report title. It has been generated. We have our report title generated. Realign it. When you are moving these text boxes, you will realize that it will be showing you some blue lines to give you an overview of if you are doing the right thing. And the other thing is to check on the report properties to look at the paper size, which paper size you are using. So for mine is letter, and the width should not exceed 8.5 inch. In as much as I'm moving, this is in inches, I am at 6 inches. I should not move past 8.5 inches. So I'll just drag this report title here, and then I love aligning it to the center. It looks really well. Change it to Cambria, the format I've chosen for today. Change the value now, because you know this is a title. The title should be big. It should display well, like you should be able to see the report title as something well displayed. So I believe that is substantial enough. I can reduce it a little bit to fit. So when you have a label there written so orderly, it means you can have it in the translation files really well. I will insert another column, another text box, just to show us the what is it called? I want it to show us the company name. It will be a small one. Company name. If your logo has the company name well indicated, you don't need to have this particular column. Absolutely, you only need it when you don't have, your logo is not well displaying the company name. Then this one should be bold because we want it to look well, bold as well as this one bold. And I believe that's it for our report, except one thing. We need to display this particular header in every page. Like if we have a long list and we want these bank numbers to be displayed in every list, in every particular page. So we need to go here to column groups and then click on advanced mode. When you click on advanced mode, the row groups will show something here called static. So click on the statics, click on the view, and then populate the properties view. And then if your properties is not showing, click on the properties. So when you have this property static, the field that you need, keep with group should be after, and then the repeat on new page should be true. So it means that on every new page, this particular header for this bank is repeating. And as I said, it's now time to make, after we have finished the key details, we can make it as fancy as possible. Maybe populating this color if you want to change the background color. Once your properties is here, you can see all these other features that you want. For instance, the color. If I want to change my color to be whichever color that I want for the report, the display color to be that lime green, or probably let me use another dark, maybe brown, something like that. And then I want the title to be probably the same color as that on this side, that brown here. You can now play with it and the name and all that. If you want now this background to be something different, so here is the color, the background color is no color. We can specify a specific, like a light gray there, and we can now beautify our report. This is our list report. I believe it's now ready. I will save this RDL file, close the file here, and we can now be able to run our application and preview the bank list. But since when we run the application, the page extension that is opening is the customer. Which page extension is it opening? Not customer list. Oh yeah. Okay, we can change this to the customer list page extension, and so that it can extend the customer list, because I believe the object that is running is the customer list. Customer list, come on. And then when we open the page for this trigger, we want to run this particular report. Hey, come on. Report.run, and then we will just specify that is the report of bank account list. This is the report that we have created. We just want it to run automatically so that we cannot go in the process of searching, but it is bank account list without those hyphens. So we will have to rename this one. This is the best naming convention, but ours doesn't have that. It is bank account list. This is our report that we are running. So I will now build the application, run my application, and expect now to display the bank account list after I have logged in. Hope the password is right automatically. And we have opened the customer page, and it has opened for us this bank account list automatically. And we can see that we have these filter fields automatically populated. If we want to have the no field, and we want to specify a filter and all that. But now I will just preview this and close. I'll preview my bank account list and close that preview. So this is our bank account report. As you can see, maybe this is too big. When you preview now, you can be able to switch. This is the user that generated. This is admin, and the page, it's one of one. It doesn't have so many banks. This is the date, the current date, that when this Nini was generated, this particular report. It is using a date format. It's not having the time, but if we want to specify it with the date and time format, we can be able to change in our format so that we can have date and time of the execution. And it is showing the company name here, and this is the logo. I believe sometimes if this logo is showing the company name, well, you don't need to repeat it. And these are the formattings that you have done, and we have this as decimal. I hope we had put that, and then this is the total summation. You can even see the summation and the name of the bank. Why is this repeating? Of course, it's the same Worldwide Bank and Europe and all that, based on the currency. I can maximize the view here so that we can see clearly. Yes, I believe this is clearer. And this is our list report. Basically, we just need to do a few changes here and there to make sure that this title is clear by just extending maybe this date and time and moving the title in one direction. And we can be able to have the simplest basic report that lists information for us with the logo dynamically generated from the company information. If we change this logo, it will change the logo that is displayed here. So that's it for this video. I believe now you can be hands-on and create a list report in the most efficient way possible. And that's it for this video. I will see you in the next video. Kwaheri, and may God bless you.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss the next one.